here in the Philippines, matagal nang tapos ang summer. But, in Japan, nag-uumpisa pa lang ito. So, we're now in another anime season. And, I feel this is, compared to last summer, summer 2020, this is a better lineup. Right? A better, more organized one. Well, hindi ko na rin patatagalin itong mga ka-lifestyle. Keep what I just said in mind, and welcome to Volume 5. Wow! Alright. It's an empowering episode. I'm gonna tell you why. Because, Horo, the carefree shaman that he is, humiwalay siya sa grupo para, magliwaliw. Yung pagliliwaliw niya got him seriously injured. Right? At hindi alam ng tropa. Right? He's been missing for 3 days. And a park ranger took him in. Si Bluebell. Okay? So, nursed him to good health. And, Mickey went to see Bluebell about this really rogue bear named Apollo. So, na-intriga si Horo. He set out to look for Apollo. And, natatnan niya. And it is a fucking huge bear. I don't know if you can call that a bear. Ang laki. But anyway, he tried reasoning with it the shaman way, the peaceful way, and after beating the shit out of him, alam na niya kung naging ang issue kay Apollo. Napaamo na nga niya si Apollo eh. Then biglang bang! Someone shoots him in the head with a rifle. Poachers. Pinakita na ni Horo ang kanyang oversoul dito. And it is fucking cool. Alright? Pero, being the honorable shaman that he is, hindi niya tinuluyan yung tatlong poacher na pumatay kay Apollo. Hindi niya tinuluyan, pero talagang if you can see it in that scene, talagang mukhang naihina sa takot yung tatlong to. Alright? Mukhang naihina sa takot. So, yeah. Final scene. Of course, they eventually buried Apollo. So, at alam na rin ni Bluebell kung ano yung talagang pakay ni Horo doon sa lugar na yon. And he gets reunited with Kororo, who left him for 3 days kasi he wasn't sensitive na guardian spirit para tong si Kororo. Kapag hindi mo pinapasalamatan, wala na. Iiwanan ka. Alright. So he forgot to be thankful. So, but he eventually got reunited with Kororo just in time to go oversoul on these 3 poachers. Right? Yeah. He has a really cool oversoul. No pun intended. Overall, it's a fucking good episode. Why? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Let's talk about the pace first. Kasi it was properly paced, right? It only goes fast when it needed to. Lalo na nung the scene where Horo had that accident. Yeah, that was fast. Okay. Then of course the scene he had when he was trying to appease Apollo. Okay. Yeah, dun lang. and the rest. The rest may be slow, but it made you understand the most valuable lesson you can get from this episode, right? 2 words: respect nature. Yeah, right. The slowness was just right for me to realize that lesson. Okay. Flow naman. Well, first gear shift is of course when he had that accident. When Horo had that accident, mukhang napa-enjoy, nag-enjoy siya ng sa sobrang enjoy niya, he ran off a cliff. He snowboarded off a cliff, and a high one. Kaya siya nabalian ng buto, right? He had broken bones all over. Okay. But if it weren't for that gear shift, we wouldn't be meeting another character, si Bluebell. Okay. And we wouldn't get to meet Apollo, of course. Final gear shift, okay, dalawa lang naman nakita ko rito, is when Apollo was shot dead by these poachers. Tatlo sila. Right? Wow. Parang nantig ang puso ko doon nung pinatay nila si Apollo, right, in front of Horo. And sinabi pa nila na this is just a hobby. Pinapakuha na nga ni Horo yung bangkay ni Apollo sa kanila, pero they wouldn't take it. Hindi daw. It's just a hobby to them. So yun, Horo basically lost it. And with Kororo's help, he releases his oversoul. Pero nagpigil pa rin siya. Hindi niya pinatay yung tatlo. Kumbaga, pinaihilang niya sa takot. Okay. So, wow. Right. If this is Horo's oversoul, yes, he has a chance in this shaman fight. Alright. Wala pa nakakalam sa oversoul niyang to. Right. Hindi pa nakikita nila yung ito. So, yeah, it's a real treat for everyone who viewed episode 15 na, we've seen his oversoul. It's really cool. It's really cool. So, these 2 gear shifts that I saw, especially the last one, it will play a role in future episodes. And for the first gear shift, just goes to show you that, how careless Horo can be. Okay, how carefree. Okay, I'm gonna reword that. How carefree Horo is sometimes. Okay, much to the dismay of Ren. Kaya nga parati nagbabangayan yung dalawang yan eh. Alright? They are, one is chill, the other is uptight. Ayun, talagang, you will get into a verbal tussle with each other. Right? And, for us Shaman King fans, it is fun to watch. So, another great episode from this reboot. Galing. And may moral lesson pa. Yun ang nakakatuwa doon. So, Shaman King 2021, episode 15. Hindi ko na makalimutan. You know, I'm really a sucker for anime episodes that have moral lessons. Okay, something that you can learn something from. Right? This episode of Shaman King 2021 is no exception. That's why I gave it the 2 thumbs up. Kailangan kasi meron tayong dapat matutunan na pwede natin gamitin sa totoong buhay. Alright? The moral lesson of this episode, only 2 words: like I said a while ago, respect nature. Respect nature, right? That is so powerful. Poor Apollo. Kung kailang he started trusting humans, yun, napatay pa siya ng mga tao. Damn those poachers, alright? Damn them. Poachers are the reason why most animals are going extinct right now. Alright? Due to poaching. Okay, they are in the same level as drug dealers. Magkasing level lang sila when it comes to being douchebags and scumbags. Okay, they're on that same plane. Right? They are despicable. Okay, they're both despicable. So, well, next time you hear a poaching incident happen, i-report nyo kaagad sa nearest local environment office ninyo. If you live in the US or in Europe, the park rangers are there. Okay, park rangers are there. Forest rangers, right? What we have here are forest rangers. Okay. Wow, that's an empowering episode. Right. So again, Shaman King 2021, episode 15. Thumbs up uli ang Shaman King mga ka-lifestyle. So, title of the next episode has been teasered. Looks like it's Ryunosuke's turn. Alright. Let's see what he can do. Okay. Let's wait for next week and watch that episode. Can't wait to see that. Probably the most useless member of Yo's inner circle right now is going to show his wares. Right? So until then, enjoy the other reviews, mga lifestyle. Wow! Whoa! You know, for an anime that looks wholesome, yep, it does deliver the violence. You know, Mikoto, well, he has finally shown his vicious side. Okay, he almost kills this ogre, but instead takes her sources of power away. Okay, sinaksak yung mata rito at tinanggal ang panasungay. Right? So, kumbaga, Mikoto just delivered the most humiliating defeat of an ogre. Alright? Hinayaman na mabuhay na hindi siya ogre. Parang tao na lang. So, well, Sally was able to kill this other, the walrus looking ogre. Yeah, she was able to kill this ogre in one swipe of her blade. Sak! Pasang laman. Wow. Parang nag-ano lang eh. Parang napuputo lang ng halaman eh. Kung tumaga ng halaman eh. Sagtagaan lang na ganon. Right? And eventually they were able to recover this female ogre. They incarcerate her. Pero nalaman ni Sally through her na yun, that Mikoto is just close by. Mikoto is that close. Alright. So, well, with the female ogre whom we've yet to know her name, she sets out para namin siya. And yun na. Well, tinakas niya yung female ogre. And Hawthorne tried to stop. Final scene. Hawthorne tried to stop them. And while he was getting his horse from one of his knights, this cannon suddenly obliterates the entire city. Now he's a knight without a kingdom. Right? Truly despicable act. Malamang ogre ang may gawa nito, pero super lakas. Talagang binura niya sa mapa ang kahariang nito. It was wiped off the map. Sakit. Alright. Overall, it's a fucking good episode. Alright. It totally made up for what the pilot lacked. Right? A sort of continuity in the story. Okay? Pace. Maganda yung pacing niya. Because, well, we picked up where we left off from the pilot because, Sally had to deal with this giant high ogre while Mikoto was taking his time with the female one. He's taking his time humiliating the female one. Alright? So, that's okay. Because you're seeing, while Sally's side was going on, Mikoto's side is this is what's happening with Mikoto. Alright? So, maganda yung pacing. Right? Maganda yung pacing. Then it all became real fast during the final scene. Akala nyo ba naman, burahin ba naman sa mapa ang isang kaharian? At ang may gawa yata isang ogre lang. This is probably what devilish ogre. Alright? He has no regard for human life. I think it truly hates humans. Right? So the pace was really good. Okay? This episode was well paced. Flow naman. Well, it was the first gear shift was the scene when Sally kills the high ogre, yung si Seth. Mikoto incapacitates yung female niyang kasama. Yung nakasama ngayon nila Sally at ni Frau. Right? So both things happened at the same time. Right? So without that gear shift, Sally wouldn't be able to get the information she needed about Mikoto or his whereabouts. Right? Then second gear shift is when the female ogre told all about her battle, about her fight with Mikoto. So Sally's taking her word for it kasi ogre talaga ang ogre tsaka monster na talagang tinatarget ni Mikoto. Right? When it comes to ogres and monsters, yeah, only check on the humans if they're alright. Inuuna niya talagang patayin yung mga ogre. Okay. Final gear shift is when, well, during the final scene, Hawthorne's all of a sudden not just loses his horse and one of his knights, he loses his entire kingdom. He loses the whole kingdom he has been serving. Wow. Parang pinagsakan ng nuclear bomb eh. Ubos, right? As in borado sa mapa. As if that place didn't even exist. Ganong kalakas. Right? Wow. Like I said a while ago, mga ka-lifestyle, this anime has a wholesome animation, but wow, the violence says otherwise. Alright? The violence says otherwise. You know what? These three gear shifts, yeah, will obviously play a role in future episodes. So, plot-wise, unlike in the pilot, it was a more understandable plot. Okay? Mas malinis ang plot. Right? So, they didn't show any backstories. Well, right now, the viewers don't need a backstory. What they need is the continuity of the current storyline. So, yeah. Asai Productions delivered that. Kaya malinis ang plot. Sadyang malinis talaga. Because I think they were probably imparting to us all that here's how these four adventurers met. Si Hawthorne, Sally, Frau, and the female ogre whom is yet to tell her name. Okay. I think these four are going to establish a quest to seek out Mikoto's help. Although, well, we've seen in this episode that he doesn't want to see Sally. For reasons still unknown. We'll probably find that out in later episodes. Kaya chill lang tayo. Let's just enjoy deep diving this episode. Alright? So, yeah. It's a great episode from this anime. Yan, talagang kung ano yung ikinulang ng pilot, ito nagpuno. So, Boy Riverside, Episode 2. Probably the other reason why I gave this the 2 thumbs up is when yeah, there were funny moments, right? I so get the funny moments kasi when Sally is not on full psycho mode, she's this bubbly little prince. She's this bubbly princess who's trying very hard to catch up with Mikoto. Okay, the legendary ogre slayer. Pero meron silang distinct feature pareho eh. I don't know if you haven't noticed it, but Mikoto, when he goes into full battle mode with an ogre, he has those peach eyes. Okay? He has 2 peach eyes. Si Sally naman, iisa lang dito sa kanan. Ba't kaya ganun? Right? I really wanna know. Bakit isa lang yung peach eye ni Sally at si Mikoto naman dalawa. Okay, dalawa yung kanya talaga. So, probably every time either one of them encounters an ogre, they go into that. Pero mas controlled yung kay Mikoto. Mas nakokontrol niya. Si Sally, halatang wala siyang control over it eh. Basta na lang lalabas. Okay, yung kanyang peach eye. At doon magsisimula lahat yun. Okay? They can become really violent. Now, there's a contradiction right there. A peach is a really lovely fruit. Okay? Ang sarap niyan sa ice cream. One of the most delicious ice cream recipes of all time. Okay? Melba banana split, not peach Melba. Bitin yun. Halo mo. You're throwing 2 halves of a banana on 3 ice cream flavors. Holy shit. That made my day when I was a kid. Melba banana split. Damn. I love those peaches. It's a really lovely fruit. But when pag kumorting peach na yung mata nila, si Mikoto or si Sally, they become so OP. It scares me. Okay? Scary ang pagka-OP nila. Wow. Yun nga lang, like I said a while ago, yung kay Sally, hindi niya makontrol. Because, well, she has no recollection of what happened during that time. Talagang, she has full amnesia about the event, okay, about what happened. Si Mikoto naman has full control. I don't know if kung talagang dapat dalawang mata ang nagpi-peach, nag-iitsurang peach when they go up against the Ogre. Bakit isa lang yung kisali? That's what I really want to know. Alright? So that's the contradiction there. When either one of them goes peach, reveals the peach eye, yep, asahan mo, pag ogre ka, sigurado, bangkay ka nang lalabas sa lugar na yun. Bangkay ka nang lalabas sa labang yun. Alright? So again, Boy Riverside, Episode 2. So, well, we've now seen both the OP and the ED, and yeah, sounds cool. And title of the next episode has been teasered. Yeah, ganito na. That's the kind of teaser that you should not. No. You can actually trust the title kasi that's probably the gist of the episode. But don't trust it yet. We'll just have to wait for next week and watch that episode. So until then, mga ka-lifestyle, keep on watching the other reviews. All right. Wow! Whoa. Holy shit! I am so glad that I'm making this review of both episodes. Right? I am making this review of both episodes in ASMR, because I fear that if I get too hyped up about what I saw in both episodes, yeah, I might lose my voice, or much worse. I don't want to think about that. Okay. Wow. Now, well, we all know that Sato's plan of keeping Rika in Hinamizawa is now an ocean. Yeah. And she's and right after she injected Rena with the Hinamizawa syndrome virus, she hasn't laid a finger ever since, because, well, Hinamizawa syndrome is doing all the work for her. Okay? So, if you can recall what happened in episodes 2, 3, and 4 of season 1, yeah, you will totally get these 2 episodes. Alright? This is entirely from Rena's point of view. Siguro kumbaga, inuulit ni Sato ang mga events na nakita ni Rika so far. Alright? Mukhang inuulit niya. But, we are seeing those events from episodes 2 and 3 from Rena's point of view. Well, I think we now know why she tried to kill Keiichi. Kasi akala niya may alam na si Keiichi sa pagpatay niya sa bagong girlfriend ng airpat niya, which she thinks, yeah, is a whore. Okay, pero before killing the this girl, the girl actually felt guilty and accountable for Rena's father's actions. Yung lasenggo, uwi parati ng bahay na lasing. Alright. So she felt guilty and accountable. So despite her apology, Rena still kills her. Okay, so in episode 3, she is desperately figuring out whether Keiichi saw the whole thing or not. But from Rena's point of view, wala namang nakitang well, from the viewer's point of view actually, wala namang nakitang bangkay si Keiichi. Alright, I'm going to tell you what happened to that girl's body, right, mamaya, during our analysis, okay? Wow. And well, final scene of episode 2, yeah, iniimbestigahan na ni Oishi. Okay, well, he's the resident cop of Higurashi. Okay, iniimbestigahan na pala ni Oishi ang pagkawala ng babaeng ito. And well, that infuriates Rena. She has that vintage Higurashi look on her face. Mukhang gusto na niyang, parang gusto na niyang patayin yung pulis eh. Grabe. Now, the final scene in episode 3. Okay, this is so far the most disturbing scene this season 2 has ever unleashed on us. Okay, especially me. Due to the events that happened, Rika stabs herself in the neck. Alright? Talagang ginilitan niya ang sarili niya. Then, minutes later, Satoko comes in, sees her lifeless body. At yun, sinabi ni Satoko na hanggat hindi mo ini-embrace uli ang hometown natin, hindi ka patatawarin ni Oyashiro. Then, Satoko proceeds to slit her own throat. Grabe. I've never seen that so much blood. I've never seen that much blood spilled in one episode. Alright, I'm gonna explain later. Overall, Higurashi SOTSU has made up for the pilot big time. Right? These are fucking good episodes. And wow, the pace of both episodes, okay, you have to understand, this is a very disturbing anime. And you want disturbing, you have to take it slow. Right? The pace should be slow enough for you to get creeped out with whatever is happening in that episode. Alright. Slow but terrifying. Right? Alam nyo, mga lifestyle. The lead characters don't have to they don't have to spill that much blood to make this to make Higurashi disturbing. Alright? Yung tingin pa lang nila sa mga mata, oh yeah, that is disturbing enough. Okay? Wow. It's 10:24 p.m. Alright? This is the first time I am reviewing Higurashi at this time of day. And I'm glad I'm doing it in ASMR because, wow, I want to sleep easy a few hours from now. All right. So yeah, the pace was slow and terrifying. Vintage Higurashi. Flow naman. Well, I'm going to mention to you well, the two biggest gears, no, the biggest gear shift of each episode, so that we can, well, so that you can get the idea of how the episode ran, how the episode ran its course. Okay, biggest gear shift of this of episode 2 was when Rena kills that girl, yung girlfriend ng father niya, and chinap-chap pa niya ito. Alright, kaya pala ang dami niyang biniling gamit sa hardware store. Right? She was totally preparing to murder this girl. Wow! And to think Rena is only 11. Grabe. Okay. Grabe ang scene na yun. Alright? Although it did not actually show the moment Rena kills the girl. Right? Pero you can tell that the way that butcher knife went down. Fuck. Talagang I'm getting the idea right now that she really went after the head. Okay? She hacked the head first para siguradong patay na. Right? Wow. And she bought enough gear to really dismember the girl. Okay, talagang oh my god. Talaga chinap-chap niya ang bangkay ng babaeng ito. That was disturbing. Although, hindi naman talaga pinakita yung pag-package niya to all those parts that she severed. Pero pinakita na lang na, yep, all ready for burial. Oh my god. Okay. Biggest gear shift of episode 3 was when Rika thought that everything will be okay. Kasi nakita pala niya na pumasok si Rena sa bahay ni Keiichi kasi pinagbilinan ng nanay ni Keiichi ng nanay ni Keiichi kay Rena, si Keiichi. She'll go to dinner, pero well, if you saw episode 3 like me, she did not pack her cooking equipment, but the exact equipment she bought from that hardware store, yung mismong ginamit niya sa pag-chop sa babae. Yeah, she was really intent on killing Keiichi because, well, you can deduce at that moment na she has decided na talagang may nalalaman na si Keiichi tungkol sa pagpatay niya sa babaeng ito. So while Keiichi and Rena were killing the fuck out of each other, Rena was feeling okay with it all. Okay, if it weren't for that gear shift, we wouldn't see why Rika killed herself, and of course why Satoko killed herself. Because if you can remember in episode 4, pinakita na pero na silang patay, naliligo na sa kanilang sariling dugo. Alright, so that was the trigger. Nung nalaman ni Rika na, well, that Rena is dead and Keiichi is in the hospital, mortally wounded, well, to within an inch of his life. Okay, as as shown in episode 4 of season 1. Okay? Tandaan nyo. Episodes 2 and 3, or episodes 1, 2, and 3 are from Rena's point of view overall. Now, I understand kung bakit ganon lang ang pilot. Right? Now I understand. Okay? So, these two gear shifts, right, has played a role in season 1 and it will play a role in future episodes. Okay? So, plot naman. Well, hindi ko naman masabi na malinis pareho kasi well, the plot is so complicated, you really have to iron it out really well. So, planchado pareho ang plots ng dalawang episode na to. Right? They complement each other. Okay? Ganun ka-organized ang plot. Talagang, it is good. These two episodes will really make you recall what happened in episodes 2, 3, and 4 of season 1. Alright? The plots of these two episodes will make you realize that. Okay? Kaya, wow. Okay. Na-trauma na naman ako. So, yeah. Pace, flow, and plot. Yep. They were seamless in both episodes. Galing. Right? Talagang proof that Higurashi is back. Back with a vengeance, right? And we just started the summer 2021 anime season, and well, Higurashi starts it out with this. Wow. I have never seen that much blood spilled in an anime episode. Okay. Well, not since Higurashi 2020 season 1 episode 4 and some episodes of Akodama Drive. Right? So yeah, Higurashi is back. It's truly back. So, Higurashi SOTSU episodes 2 and 3. Kung hindi matibay ang sikmura ko, malamang baka kanina sumukan ako. You know, power tip for you guys. If you don't have at least a strong stomach, do not watch Higurashi. Okay? I am telling you guys right now. Right? The reboot is more disturbing than the original. Okay? In the original, I've only seen the first 3 episodes and the finale. I was planning on watching the entire original series, but I figured, the reboot is more disturbing. The reboot is more disturbing, right? And I think Passione has done a better job in retelling the story of Higurashi, right? Because there are some scenes even in season 1 that are not in the original series. Well, we can call it a reboot, but it's more like a rethinking of Higurashi. Right? Tandaan nyo, Higurashi is an anime full of overflowing with infinite possibilities. So, it's like reading a choose your own adventure, a whole library of choose your own adventure books. I have a lot of choose your own adventure books when I was in 5th and 6th grade. Damn, Higurashi makes me go back to those days. All right, so yeah, Higurashi is better than those choose your own adventure books. All right, because this is an anime form. Right, so I'm gonna leave you my power tip again, mga lifestyle. If you do not have at least a strong stomach, do not watch the Higurashi reboot, especially the entire reboot so far. Okay? So again, Higurashi SOTSU, episodes 2 and 3. A very disturbing 2 thumbs up, mga lifestyle. So, well, title of the next episode has been teasered in episode 3. Yeah, it's new mini arc, and more likely we're back to square one, all because of Satoko. Damn you, Satoko! How could you do this to Rika? How could you? So, let's wait for next week and watch that episode, right? Enjoy the rest of the review. Enjoy the rest of the digest, mga lifestyle. Wow! Whoa! Alright. Ito dapat nating intindihin regarding this Vanitas. Since he has the book of Vanitas, he has a big bullseye on his back. Alright? It seems every vampire wants the book destroyed. Right? So, ang unang tumarget si Count Orlok sa episode na to. Pero pinangakuan nakipag-deal si Noy. They should bring a vampire and in front of Count Orlok, gagamutin ni Vanitas ito using that book. Alright? Para maniwala si Count Orlok that the book of Vanitas actually exists. Alright? Then there's another one. Si Luca at ang kanyang alalay na si Jean, who is also known historically as in vampire history as the Scarlet Witch. Okay? Nakilala siya ni Vanitas. Kasi, well, as a doctor of vampires, he now knows the history of vampires, even especially during the war. What happened there? So, nakilala niya si Jean. So, basta sabi na niya kinoy, takbo! talagang retreat mode sila pareho. Alright, retreat mode sila pareho. Pero, Noy stuck around for a bit to hold up Jean's attack. Ayun, pero na-withstand niya, medyo nasugatan siya rito. Alright? Final scene. Medyo nadidemoralize na si Vanitas because of what happened. Jean almost killed them both. Okay? So, kagad, he picked himself up. And now, he has found a way to neutralize the Scarlet Witch. May paraan na raw siya. So, that's how the episode ended. Wow. Overall, it's a fucking good episode. Alright. Pace pa lang. Well, medyo may kabilisan ang pacing ng buong episode. You wanna know why? Kasi there are some circles, okay? There are some circles in Vampiredom that really want to possess the book. They really want the book for themselves or destroy it. As in the case of Luca. Right? Si Count Orlok naman, hindi siya naniniwala sa legend ng Book of Vanitas. Right? Despite his age. So, hindi siya naniniwala. Kaya, there are a lot of vampires who really want the book, or either want the book for themselves or they really want it destroyed. Okay? Kaya, the pacing will make you realize how high value a target Vanitas is because of that book. Alright? Just because of that book. So, yeah, the pacing will make you realize that. Okay? Sabihin natin na mabilis, pero the speed was necessary. Okay? The speed was necessary in this case. So, flow naman. Well, first gear shift is of course nung pinatawag sila ni Count Orlok mula sa pagkakakulong. The police incarcerated them. Alright? Pero, ginawa niya ito ng paraan ni Count Orlok para makalaya sila. But, they have to make a courtesy call to him. So, yun nga. Ginawa nila. And, I think he despises Vanitas. Not as being the bearer of the Book of Vanitas, but he's human. And he's using this. And he's probably using this. Alright? So, talagang gear shift siya. Alright. Second gear shift is when, well, they were able to find the vampire required to debunk Count Orlok's myth of, kasi paniniwala niya the Book of Vanitas does not exist. But here's proof. O sige. So yun ang dadalhin ng vampire kay Orlok para gamutin sa harapan niya. And, well, who steps in to interfere? Si Luca at si Jean. Yung kanyang chevalier. Okay? Yung kanyang kabalyero. Okay? So, wow. Right? Count Orlok wants to know if the Book of Vanitas really exists. Luca on the other hand wants it destroyed. Right? Kasi yun daw yung code na what you call this? Na pwedeng gawing curse bearer ang isang vampire. Sinabi kagad ni Vanitas, who fed you that bullshit in your head? Who fed you that bullshit? Basically, ganun na sinabi niya. Alright? So, final gear shift came is of course the final scene when Vanitas suddenly gathered enough courage again to just get up on his feet and, well, it only took him a few seconds to think of a solution on how to neutralize the Scarlet Witch. Ano pa rin Scarlet Witch? Basta si Jean. Right? She's using the Crimson Gauntlet eh. Yun ang talagang pamatay sa mga vampire. She's using that. Right? He's found a way to neutralize Jean. So, all ears na rin si Noy kasi it wasn't enough. Okay? It wasn't enough yung ginawa niya. So, yeah. These three gear shifts, especially the first two, will play a role in this anime in future episodes. Yun ang nakikita ko rito. Right? Yun ang nakikita ko rito. So, plot naman. Malinis. Right? Although the episode started with a sort of a backstory scene for Noi. You you could tell as the episode was running na may pinaghuhugutan si Noy on why he wants to seek out the Book of Vanitas, right? May pinaghuhugutan si Noy. Okay? So, this backstory was necessary. Okay? This backstory was necessary. This was probably the motivation. This is probably Noy's motivation in why he's doing all this. Right? Why he's seeking out the Book of Vanitas, why he wants to work with Vanitas, why he wants to work with this Vanitas. Alright? So, ilang. Malinis ang plot. Alright? No unnecessary side stories, no sleeper moments. Alright? No sleeper moments. So, yeah. Pace, flow, and plot. I almost did not distinguish one from the other in this episode. Right? Ganong kaganda. So, the case study of Vanitas episode 2. Deserved. 2 thumbs up. Now, let's deep dive into what Vanitas has discovered about Jean. Kasi na-recall niya. Well, of course, he is a doctor of vampires, so he needs to know their race's history, and of course what happened during the war. Okay? So, talagang very familiar siya sa legend na to, si Jean. Right? Na-recognize siya kagad eh. Kasi Jean was carrying around this huge casket. Talagang kabaong ang itsura. Then, binuksan niyang ganun, tumumbad sa harapan ni Vanitas. That's the Crimson Gauntlet! Alright? So, na-identify niya agad as the Crimson Gauntlet yun. Talagang, wow! Okay? It's scary. It's scary looking. Alright? It is absolutely scary looking. So, talagang, mukhang magigets mo na kung ano magagawa nito eh. Magigets mo na eh. Right? It will torch you to smithereens if you're a normal human, that is. Pero kung vampire, medyo mahihirapan. Right? It can disable vampires. Well, it almost disabled Noy. It almost disabled Noy. Eh, vampire yan. So, yun. And wow. Alright? The vampire world featured in this anime, it's unlike any other I've seen in other animes. Kahit nung sa Mars Red, no, wala. Talagang very unique ang vampire dome dito. Right? And I thought I was done with vampire animes after Mars Red. Pero I saw this in the database. Yung synopsis niya, sabi ko, cool story. Let's do this. Okay, so I took it on. That's why I took it on eh. Mukhang maganda story nito. So again, the case study of Vanitas, episode 2. 2 thumbs up. Hey, Crimson, which type of 2 thumbs up mga ka-lifestyle? So, title of the next episode has been teasered. Well, hanggang doon lang. So, what should you do in a situation like that? Simple lang. Wait for next week and watch that episode. Maybe so we can deep dive into that naman. Alright? Until then, keep watching the other reviews. Alright? Impressive. Alright? Tell you why. So, the main pro tag, si Ryuhei, is he's a high school he's a high schooler whose main sport is kickboxing. He's the younger brother of someone that was murdered all those years ago. Yun
Yun ang opening scene. Then, all of a sudden, he gets this weird dream of these weird looking machine dogs chasing him. Then, 2 kids took them out with, wow, okay, with 2 kids packing big weapons. Alright? So, parang wala. Then, that same dream became a reality. Then, all of a sudden, one of those machine dogs came out of there, and one of the kids took it out. Tapos, this huge boss monster comes out of that porthole. Ayun, nilalabanan ng dalawang bata. Alright? So, tinanong nila, ito si Ryuhei, paano ka nakakapasok sa portal? Paano mo nakikita itong mga to? Ang mga Tromery. Yan. Mga Tromery, kaya pala D-side Tromery ang pangalan. Kasi yun ang pangalan ng kalaban. Tromery. Finigure out ng isang batang lalaki na you're a knocker-up. Transform into one and help us take this one out. So, ewan ko paano nyo na-figure out. Sinigaw lang niya, knocker-up. Ayun. Nag-transform na rin siya into wow, okay? He's got huge gloves here na mukhang leon. Alright? He looks really cool. Okay, he looks really cool. Then, he doesn't slash or what you call this? Or blast his way through. He just punches his way through. So, they were able to, all 3 of them were able to take out this huge Tromery. Yung pala, pag may namamatay pa ng Tromery, may namamatay rin pa ng tao. Okay? Who becomes the embodiment of their memories. Yan, the Tromery. Okay? And this has something to do with the popular online game in this anime, yung Rise of Dragons. May kinalaman ang game na to dito. Pero mukhang hindi pa nila alam eh. So, final scene. Nakita na lang uli ni Ryuhei yung marka na iniwan ng kapatid niya nung namatay dito sa forehead ng pinanggalingan ng Tromery na tao. So, he was shocked. Okay, he was shocked. So, overall, yeah, it's a really good pilot. Okay, it's a really good pilot. Slam bang, actually. Pero, I'll explain it ARD style, alright? Pace. Well, the usual mundane slowness that sorry.
I forgot to put on my mic.
Alright. So the usual slowness the main protag goes through before this awakening he experiences. So I was actually expecting that. Okay, I was actually expecting that. The pace picked up ayun yung talagang pumink up yung pace nung lumas na yung malaking Tromery. Okay? Yung dabuhalang Tromery. Doon talaga pumink up yung pace. So, based on the entire episode, tama lang yung pacing. Okay? The pacing was decent. Okay? The pacing was decent. So, okay lang. Okay lang yung ganito. Siguro, the animators figured na hindi muna namin gugulatin. Ito na muna. Parang ganun yan. Flow naman. Well, first gear shift is the opening scene. Which was confusing at the start. Pero, as the pilot progressed, you're now beginning to understand kung bakit ganito ang opening scene ng pilot na to. Alright? Second gear shift is when he saw the things in his dream are for real pala. Alright? So nakita niya ulit yung dalawang bata nagtatakbuhan eh. Nagliliwaliw lang siya through the city. Then all of a sudden, nasalubungan niya yung dalawang bata, tumatakbo doon sa lumiko sa isang street corner. Ayun, nakita niya, sinundan niya, ayun, nakita niya yung porthole. Nakita niya yung porthole. So, wow. Alright, sabi niya, totoo pala ba naginip ko? Alright. Final gear shift came when, of course, when he saw the mark again that was left by his brother when his brother died. So, medyo bumalik yung trauma. Okay? Medyo bumalik yung trauma na na-experience na nung when I think his brother died in front of him. Yeah. That is traumatic. Okay? That would be very traumatic. So, ayun. All three of the gear shifts I saw here, right? Yeah, will definitely play a role in this anime. Alright? To tell you honestly, though the three gear shifts I saw dictated the pilot. Okay? It dictated the pilot. So, flow naman. Flow. Pag-usapan na pala natin ang flow. Plot. Malinis. Okay? Malinis ang plot. Because, Bob, hindi nila pinatagal kasi yung backstory dito eh. The backstory opening scene, hindi nila pinatagal. Basta nakita lang na may batang payong na shock ng ganun, na may namatay. So, I figured that would be his brother. Okay? So, nakapag-deep dive ka pa eh. Okay, nakapag-deep dive ka pa sa backstory na to. Then, it kept from then onwards, the focus of the audience now is on Ryuhei, on how he's living his life after that. Medyo nakalimutan niya yung nangyari sa kapatid niya. I tell you, malinis ang plot. Okay? Walang kuskus balungos, but there were sleeper moments. Okay? No, that was of my own doing kasi I'm doing this right now at 2:57 p.m. Talagang antukin ako pag tanghali. Alright? So, it's nothing related to the episode actually. It's nothing related to the episode. It's nothing related to the episode. Talagang inabutan ako ng antok ngayon itong oras na to. Alright. So, you can say it's a really good pilot. Okay? It's a really good pilot. Kasi, the pacing was well enough and the plot was clean enough to make you realize that here in front of you is the lead character of this anime. Okay, ganito buhay niya nun. Ganito na magiging buhay niya when he became a knocker up. Right? When he first transformed into a knocker up. Mga knocker up ang tawag sa kanila eh. Okay? So yeah, it's a really good pilot. But it's not to the level of the pilot of the case study of Vanitas or even Get a Robo Arc. It's pilot yan. Hindi ganun ka-slam bang, okay? Hindi ganun ka-slam bang, but the fight scenes, okay? The fight scenes here, yeah. They're lifelike. Okay? Lifelike. So, D-Side Tromedy, the animation, episode 1. Yeah. 2 thumbs up. Right? 2 thumbs up. Bakit? Kasi, if you think I'm going to give this a lower rating kasi medyo parang nangyari na before to sa isang pilot, sa isang anime. No. You're dead wrong. I saw something in this pilot that I did not see in others. Yun ay ang except for Get a Robo Arc, the slam bang factor. Alright? Obviously, it's an action series. So, you have to present how action-packed this anime can be in its pilot. So they showed me how action-packed it can be, right? And you're dealing with this ano to, mga mutated Digimon ba to? All right, they're called Dromedaries, and the lead characters have to deal with this every episode. All right, and based on the teaser for the next episode, Ryuhei is going to start figuring out what actually happened to his brother. Kung paano siya namatay, the events leading to his death, parang ganun yan. So, what happened here in the pilot was motivation enough for him to pursue that. Right? So, yeah. It deserves the 2 thumbs up. It really deserves the 2 thumbs up. So, again, B-Side Tromedy, the animation, episode 1. 2 thumbs up. Another justified 2 thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle. So, next episode has been teasered. Ayun nga, sinabi ko. And, well, I think he's about to meet, he's about to make new friends. Alright? And probably, I don't know, a new enemy. Right? Or, I'm just speculating, or we may meet the main villain here. Okay, so, gawin na natin ang dapat gawin. Abangers na lang para sa next episode at panoorin yun. Okay? So, in the meantime, guys, enjoy the other reviews.
Wow! Ooh. Grabe. You know, let's call this. Hindi pala si Takemichi ang gagawin 3rd Division Captain. Kung hindi, ang demonyong pinagmulan ng lahat ng to, si Kisaki. Yun pala, dati pala siyang Mobius. Okay? Galing pala siya sa Mobius. Alright? It's obvious lumipat siya sa, some of them lumipat sa Toman. Ginawa siyang 3rd Division Captain ni Mikey. Alright? Well, of course, much to Takemichi's dismay, he punches Kisaki right there. Okay? In all his glory, suddenly he gets punched by Kisaki. Si Kisaki naman gumanti rin. Pero yung kanya, napatulog niya si Takemichi. Right? But before that, Kisaki steps in. One of the founding members quits Toman naman in the same night. Si Bachi. Okay? Who punches Kisaki also, who punches Takemichi also. Right? Grabe. Okay. So, kawawang Takemichi, punching bag na naman siya. You know, pero the punch he got from Kisaki, yeah, it just confirms our suspicions that Kisaki is the real problem here. Siya ang demonyo rito. So, well, Mikey asked a favor from Takemichi later on in the night. So, pinapa-convince niya kay Takemichi, and he wants Takemichi to convince Baji to come back to Toman. Alright. So, well, Takemichi asks a favor in return. Na kailangan pang nagawa niya ito, kailangan sipain ni Ichugi na dapat ni Mikey si Kisaki. And said, yep. He said, okay. But he told Takemichi that if he fails, papatay niya si Takemichi. Alright. So, well, Eh, nakikinig din para si Mitsuya. So, Mikey suddenly made the decision that Takemeiji is now part of Toman. At inilagay niya si Takemeiji sa division na hawak ni Mitsuya, which is the second division. Okay? Which is the second division. So, final scene. Baji is meeting up with another founding member of Toman. I forgot his name already. God damn it. I forgot his name already. But na-recognize ni Takemeiji through a picture kasi sabi ni Mikey, there were only 5 founding members of Toman. Nakita niyo doon sa picture that there were 6. When Toman started out, there were 6. Hindi 5. So, nagtaka si Takemeiji. Ayun, that led to the final scene. Right? Grabe. Right? Kisaki is a certified scumbag. Okay? Demonyo talaga to. Dating pa lang demonyo na. Okay? I wouldn't mind personally, I wouldn't mind Draken killing him. Tama na palang ginawa na ni Draken yun. Overall, it's a fucking good episode again from this anime. Pace, you know, the pace is deceivingly slow. Bakit? Because of what? Because of those scenes that happened during the turnover ceremony. Nung naging 3rd Division Captain si Kisaki. Naging tense talaga yun. Alright. But overall, it was properly paced. Okay? The slowness does not justify what happened in this episode. Alright? It could not justify what happened in this episode. Okay, so again, it was properly paced. Okay? The pacing, that's vintage Tokyo Revengers. Yeah, okay. You can say that already. Flow naman. Well, first gear shift is ayun nga, pinakilala ni Mikey ang bagong 3rd Division Captain ng Toman, si Kisaki. Much to the surprise initially of Takemeiji. Then that surprise became dismay. Ayun. Sinapak na lang niya ng basta-basta si Kisaki. Right? So, second gear shift is when, well, Mikey and Takemeiji made that trade kasi may favor si Mikey, may favor din si Takemeiji. Alright? So, well, Mikey's all cool with that. Matino. Para naman sila matinong kausap eh. Right? That's the first thing he liked about Takemeiji. Matinong kausap ito. So, for me, that was a crucial gear shift. Not only for the episode, but also probably for the entire anime. Okay? Final gear shift is when, the final scene. Baji meets up with an old friend who is actually, I think, one of the founding members of Toman. These 3 gear shifts that I saw, especially the second, it will definitely play a role in the anime from here on end. Kasi kung titingnan ninyo, kailangan ma-accomplish ni Takemeiji ito. He needs to bring Baji back into Toman, or else, well, I don't know if Mikey's joking, pero not only hindi tutuparin ni Mikey ang kanyang end of the bargain, papatay pa rin siya nito. Right? So, but nonetheless, Mikey will be disappointed in him. Okay? Yun ang bottom line doon. And if he doesn't accomplish this, he will never move up the ranks of Toman as as it needs to be. As it needs to be. Okay? Sabi pa naman niya kasi kay Naoto, he's going to be the leader of Toman. Well, you have to make that deal. Alright. Plot-wise, malinis. Right? Malinis. Talagang yung focus mo as the viewer talagang matutuon dun sa turnover ceremony. That was a what you call this? That may have been the red flag for the entire anime. Nasali na sa Toman bigla si Kisaki. No wonder his name gets brought up from out of nowhere. Kasi out of nowhere din siyang pumasok sa Toman. Okay, so hindi na ako nagtataka doon. It's no wonder. It's no wonder. Grabe. Alright. Talagang you would actually despise Kisaki from the get-go. From the moment you see him, and of course the moment you saw him smile. Yeah. Pagdemonyong ngiti yun. Okay? Pagdemonyong ngiti yun. Right? If I were in that anime, I would punch him in the glasses. Not just here na ginawa ni Takemichi. No, I would punch him in the glasses. Okay? Bakit ko ang gentleman-like? Demonyo yung tinanggap ninyo eh. Alright? He doesn't play fair. So, yeah. Okay? The plot made me realize that. The plot made me realize that. That Kisaki, yeah, he is the real problem here. Siya ang demonyo ng anime na to. It's not the leader of Mobius. Yeah, not him. It's him, si Kisaki. So, well, another awesome episode from this anime. Talagang ramdam mo, it's already the second half of its run. So, Tokyo Revengers episode 14. You know what? The pieces are slowly falling into place now. Kasi nakita na ni Takemichi kung paano biglang nag-shoot up sa ranks ang demonyong si Kisaki. That every time something bad happens in his time, the name Kisaki Teta always comes up. Kaya pala, from out of nowhere lang pala itong demonyong ito naging captain kagad sa Toman. It just came from Mobius pala. Grabe. You know, the second half of Tokyo Revengers' anime run, yeah, it's getting more intense. Right, it's getting more intense. From the way I see it from the last two episodes. Yeah. Mukhang the tension's gonna pick up. The violence will pick up. Okay? To the point na magkakapatayan na mga to. Okay? So yeah. We're gonna look forward to that. We're so going to look forward to that. So again, Tokyo Revengers episode 14. Isang malatimonyong two thumbs up mga ka-lifestyle. Fuck you, Kisaki. Go fuck yourself. So, in typical Revengers fashion, no teasers. Kaya, gagawin na natin. So wait for next week and watch that episode. Watch the next episode so that we can we can even do an even deeper dive into that, right? So until then, mga ka-lifestyle, keep on watching the other reviews here.
Wow! Alright! E di yung pangalawang Goa sibling lumaban na. Pero ang sumagot sa hamon niyang this time si Luke. Alright? I already forgot that sibling's name. But anyway. So, ang ginagamit pala niyang deck ay ang I can call an Umi deck, because Umi is an old school spell card of the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Alright? Takes me back to those days. So, kumbaga, ang pinaka-key card niya is Umi. So, maglalabas na ng monster, i-activate niya ang field spell na to. So, up by 200 attack. Up by 200 attack, lahat ng Sea Serpent. So, ganun na nangyari. Alright? And his ace is Levia Dragon Daedalus. Another old school monster. Talagang Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 is really living up to the branding I gave it as a fan service anime, right? If you're a long time Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, you just gotta appreciate 7s. Okay, so nasa alanganin na si Luke, right? Then he summons Metagias. Then 2 more. So nagawa niya ng paraan ang attack boost na kay Daedalus, kasi yun talagang yun ang naging problema niya rito. Tamang representation sa kanya ng anime. It does have 2,600 attack. Tama yun. Yun pa lang ang laking attack na eh. So Luke really had to find a way to lower its attack para masipa niya sa field dito. So yeah, found a way. And the sibling activated a spell wherein kapag Umi ang nabunot niya, 500, Luke takes 500 damage. 200 life points na lang si Luke eh. So talagang it now rides on that draw. Binunot, hindi Umi. Ang malas. So yun, another sibling down by Team 7s. Final scene. Well, Mimi's now packing her things kasi sinipa na siya as president of Goha eh. So nag-impake. Then the camera's panning downwards. Merong pinakita parang 5 pods. Okay, 5 stasis pods. And biglang umilaw yung isa. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Right? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Wow. Overall, it's a good episode. Okay? It's a really good episode. Now, pace muna pag-usapan natin. Of course, to tell you frankly, ewan ko kung bakit natin pinag-uusapan ng pace. A Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode isn't a Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode without a duel scene. And a duel scene is always fast-paced. Alright? Ayun nga. Alright? The pace was fast because of the duel scene. And how quickly the siblings make one of their own resign as a result of the loss. Ayun, nag-resign din yung sibling na to. Okay, nag-resign din yung sibling na to. And but I think it slowed down too much. Yeah. I think it slowed down too much. So the part na this sibling introduced himself, yan. Medyo parang parang may kulang pa sa pacing. Right? But if it weren't for the duel scene, the pacing might not have been decent. Okay? It might not have been decent. So flow naman. Well, first gear shift here is when it's during the opening scene when the sibling accidentally shoots himself out of the starship and into the sea. So, mukhang nawala siya ng ilang buwan eh. Mukhang nawala siya ng ilang linggo. So, yun pala ang ginawa niya. Nag-train siya dun sa dagat. Right? Until such time that a dolphin gave him the Yumi deck. Ba yun? But anyway, it's an outrageous gear shift, okay? But anything can happen in an anime. Yu-Gi-Oh is no different, okay? Yu-Gi-Oh 7s is no different. So, ayun nga. Binigay sa kanya ng kaibigan niyang dolphin ang deck na to. Right? Second gear shift is when this sibling summoned Daedalus. Sabi ko, nako. Alam ko malakas ang effect nito eh. Malakas ang effect ng monster na to eh. Because it is an old school card, so medyo familiar ako. Sa monster na to. Ano ko malakas ang effect niyan eh. Ayun nga. All he did was send Yumi to the graveyard kasi naka-activate sa field eh. Send Yumi to the graveyard to destroy all cards on the field except Daedalus. Combination siya ng Dark Hole at saka Heavy Storm. Yan, Dark Hole at Heavy Storm ang effect niya. Pero siya lang ang matitirang card sa field. During the early days of the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, you will have a field day using this card. Alright, kasi 2-in-1 ang effect niya eh. Destroys all cards on the field, so you don't have to pack in Raigeki, Dark Hole, and Heavy Storm. Hindi na kailangan. Kasi kung may Daedalus ka, okay lang. All you have to do is send Umi to the graveyard para ma-activate siya, yung effect. Grabe. Fan service moment right there. Final gear shift is of course when what you call this? During the final scene. Nung nagpan ang camera dun sa 5 stasis pods na nasa ilalim yata mismo ng opisina ng presidente ng Goha. Alright? That was an intriguing gear shift. Okay, ako, ano na naman to? Ano to? Ano naman pakulo ng Sem? Ano naman pakulo ito? Alright? Now, the only gear shift I saw that will really have an impact on future episodes or during the course of season 2 is the last one. Mukhang the 6 Goa siblings it might become the least of their problems, Team 7's. It might become Team 7's smallest problem. Mukhang iba ang aura eh. Ibang aura nararamdaman ko dito sa pinakitang to eh. Iba eh. Alright? So, plot-wise, yeah, malinis. Alright? No, although I had a sleeper moment during the duel, alright? Yung that was the time when he activated that, after he summoned Daedalus, there was something that sibling said na parang inantok ako. Alright? Pero, it's negligible. Alright? Because I cannot deny the fan service moment that just happened there. Yung pag-summon kay Daedalus. Okay? Yung pag-summon sa kanya. That's a fan service moment. I cannot deny that. So, kumaga, na-cancel out ng mga fan service moments sa anime na to, yung sleeper moment na yun. So, it's quite negligible. So, overall, the plot is really clean. Okay, the plot was really clean. Kasi, talagang, for two-thirds of the episode, doon talaga nakafocus ang duel. Doon talaga nakafocus sa sibling na yon at sa duel nila ni Luke. Okay, doon talaga nakafocus. Kaya, malinis ang plot. Alright? So, another good episode from this anime. Okay, another good episode. If it weren't, of course, if it weren't for the duel scene, all right, and the final scene. Yan. Okay. So, magsasalamin na ako. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode 55. Yeah. 2 thumbs up, alright? 2 thumbs up. Bakit? Well, like I told you guys a while ago, negligible yung nangyaring sleeper moment sa akin while I was watching the episode. Because, when this sibling used Daedalus, that's the biggest fan service moment here. But it's not the only one. Of course, inactivate niya ang Umi. It's also an old school card. And he also used Spiked Sidra. Isa bang old school monster yon. Okay? It's from the it's from way back in the early days of the card game. So, tatlong fan service moment lahat yung nakita ko rito. Alright? So, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is a fan service anime. And it has lived up to the billing. So, why give it a lower rating kung when it has fulfilled its end of the bargain? Diba? I've been a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan since GX. Alright? So, ganun katagal na. So, yeah, I am really familiar with the cards from the early days of the card game. Okay? I took up the card game several months after becoming a fan. Kasi parang nakukul ako sa card game. Ay, laro ko kaya to. Total, at that point kasi, I've had enough of arcade gaming eh. Okay? I've had enough of arcade gaming talaga. I feel I've outgrown it. So, I needed another hobby. So, yun nga. Nakita ko ang Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. So, sabi ko, ba? Maybe I'm gonna take this one up. So, yun. Doon nagsimula. So, when it comes to fan service moments, yeah, I can easily recognize them. And in this episode, I saw 3. Okay? So, to give it a lower rating, nope, it won't do justice. It won't do the episode justice. That's why I gave it the 2 thumbs up. Okay? So again, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode 55. 2 thumbs up. Justified na 2 thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle. So, well, next episode has been teasered. Mukhang yung babaeng sibling naman ng ang sasabak. Right? Who's going to be her opponent this time? Who's going to step up to the plate against her? Right? So, abangan siya lang sa episode na yun. Kaya, wait for next week and watch that episode and maybe we can possibly deep dive into it more. Alright? So, until then, mga ka-lifestyle, enjoy the other reviews. Alright?
Wow! Grabe ang, first and foremost, I'm going to give the animation studio of this anime maybe a call out. Engi, you now have my attention with this anime, right? So for you, mga lifestyle, I'm gonna explain why it's been a year since Siesta died, right? So, Kimmy is now living this mundane life, okay, this mundane high school life when one day a girl named Nagisa Natsunagi approached him, well, in really spicy ways, right? You get what, if you know what I mean. She's asking his help to identify the original owner of her transplanted heart. Alright? Kasi meron pala siyang grabing sakit sa puso nung araw and a transplant is in order. So, Ngayon, nakahanap ng donor. Yun, nasalinan siya ng bagong puso. And Kimmy figured to ask one of their police detective friends' help. Kaibigan nila ni Siesta, si Fuubi. Okay, si Detective Fuubi. And well, pinagbigyan si Kimmy to visit the very first adversary na pinakulong nilang dalawa ni Siesta. You remember that guy from the pilot? Yeah, the one with the tentacle for an ear. Yeah, that same guy. Right, that same guy. See, his name is Bat. Okay, his name is Bat. So that tentacle of his can also hear from 100 kilometers away. Pero na-discern na niya kung sino talaga ang original na may-ari ng puso ni Natsunagi. Literally, I'm not saying figuratively. Literally. Transplanted heart kasing kanya. So, now, he put that theory to his own acid test, si Bat. He attempted to attack Natsunagi. Biglang tumigil yung tentacle niya at naubos na parang sigarilyo. Same thing happened when he tried to land the final blow on Siesta in the pilot. Bigla na lang naubos. So that means only one thing for Kimmy. The original owner of Natsunagi's heart is Siesta. Alright. So yeah, he got emotional and suddenly embraced Natsunagi, telling everything that happened in those 3 years that they've been together, that he was together with Siesta. So marami para silang pinagdaanan, talagang hirap, because they were on the run from Spes ever since they caught Bat. After that, talagang nagtago sila for 3 years. And well, final scene. Nagpaalam na siya kay Natsunagi, parted ways with her. Then all of a sudden, someone is pulling his shirt from behind. He looks down. Ano to? Bagong kliyente? Bagong kliyente raw. Alright. Grabe. So yeah. Overall, it is one fucking good episode. Alright. Kaya, Engi, the animation studio of this one, you now have my attention with this anime. Tekang twist. Okay, let's analyze this. Let's break this episode down ART style. Right? Pace. Well, the pacing was I don't want to call it tolerable, but figure outable, right? Kasi you know some big twist is about to happen kung bakit ganito yung pace. After all, it is a mystery anime. It is a detective anime. Na talagang the suspense will be built up from the get-go na. Kaya you really need a slow pace. You really need a slow pace to make the viewer understand that. Okay? So yun. It was the pacing was justifiable, and wow, there was a reward at the end. There was a reward at the end. Flow naman. Well, first gear shift I saw here was when Natsunagi approached Kimi. That scene, alright. She even went to as far as putting Kimmy's head on her opais. Okay. Ito naman si Kimmy nag-enjoy. Wow. Wow. Nag-enjoy pang loko. Alright. So, if it weren't for that gear shift, we wouldn't know what's in store for us as viewers. What the episode has in store for us. Yeah. Second gear shift is when Kimmy and Bat see each other again. Alright. Kaka ni Bat eh. I feel a nostalgia going on in me. Right. You know, that guy's creepy. Okay? Creepy as fuck. Right. He reminds me a lot of Hannibal in Silence of the Lambs. Yan, gano'n ang dating ni Pat dito. Mala Hannibal sa, well, if you haven't seen the movie Silence of the Lambs, yeah. Well, if you've seen that movie, you get what I'm saying. Okay. I got that Silence of the Lambs vibe in that scene, in that gear shift. Okay. Talagang the reunion between the detective and the criminal. Okay? And the criminal he apprehended all those years ago. Now Kimmy is asking for help with Natsunagi's problem. Right? Final gear shift is, well, ayun, na-realize ni Kimmy na ang original owner pala ng puso ni Natsunagi ay si Siesta mismo. The donor was Siesta. Kasi, well, the irrefutable proof there was when Bat tried to attack Natsunagi. The same thing happened. The same thing happened like in the pilot. Ganon na ganon. Nung atakin niyang, susugurin niyang ganon with his tentacle. Pok! Biglang tumigil at naubos na para sigarilyo. Same thing happened in the pilot when he tried to attack Siesta. So yun, dun deduce ni Kimmy that Siesta was the donor of Natsunagi's heart. Yeah, so yeah, Kimmy just broke down, hugged Natsunagi with all his might and told everything that happened in those 3 years. Alright? And sabi pa niya, why did you have to die before me, you idiot? As if sasagot yung puso. As if sasagot yung puso. Yeah, that was how emotional Kimmy was in that scene. Alright. Pero, maantig din ang puso eh. And he misses Siesta a lot. Kasi, Siesta was the one, well, although he doesn't want to admit it, Siesta was the one that gave him the break. And now, well, he may be considering himself as still a sidekick. In Natsunagi's eyes, he is now a full-fledged detective. Kasi ito na-solve niya eh. Alright. Na-solve niya nga niya ito eh. Okay. These 3 gear shifts that I saw, yeah, will play a role in future episodes. I can feel it. Plot. Well, planchado. Alright, planchado. Because if you're an animation studio and you want the viewer to absorb nearly all vital parts of an episode, you really have to iron things out. Right? You really have to sit down on a long table, lay them all out like a map, and figure out which which parts of this really big backstory should be cinched in. Okay? Anong parte ng backstory ang pwedeng isingit sa scene na to? Kasi if they're going to put it all in as one big backstory, baka mabore mga tao. So tama lang itong ginawa nila. Right? So, well, basically, like I told you guys a while ago, Kimi told it all about his escapades with Siesta during those 3 years. Okay, the 3 years before she died. All right. Kumbaga parang backstory na rin yun. Okay, marami sila pinagdaanan. Right, and there was also, well, the opening scene was actually a backstory scene. Okay, pero saglit lang. Then after that, tinuloy na ni Kimi yung istorya. Yun, just during the 3rd gear shift. Alright. Kaya, planchado ang episode na to. It was well organized. No useless side stories. No sleeper moments. Believe it or not, there was not a single sleeper moment in this episode. So, pace, flow, and plot. Yup. They collabed. Okay, they collabed in this episode. Galing. Right, magaling. So, it's a great episode from this anime. So, I think, I'm gonna explain later, right? After I give my rating. So, the detective is already dead. Episode 2. Mukhang nakikets ko na ang magiging takbo ng storyline ng anime na to. Alright? But I don't want to divulge. I don't want to spoil anything kasi we're just in episode 2 eh. Okay? Pero mukhang nakikets ko na ang talagang storyline ng anime na to. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy reviewing this anime. Alright? I'm gonna enjoy reviewing this one. Pero there is one question that I really need to ask. How in the hell was Siesta able to declare Natsunagi as the recipient of her heart? Pero you can actually do that once you pass away. All your healthy all the organs in you that were healthy at the time of your death, pwedeng i-donate yun. There's a legal procedure for that. I don't know in Japan, but here, yes, there is a legal procedure for that. Pwede mong ipagbilin yung mga healthy organs mo na pwede mong ipagbilin na idodonate mo yung mga healthy organs mo to those in need. Alright? Now, memory transference is really a scientific phenomenon. Okay? Up to now, science could not explain it. Okay? Ito yung this is practically the subject matter of the entire episode. Yeah. I think it's a good thing to have memory transference kasi kasi yung bagong puso ni Natsunagi natatanggap naman ang katawan niya. Yun nga lang, may memory transference siya. Okay? Memories of the heart's original owner, which is Siesta in this case. So, yeah, there is a medical. It's not even considered a medical condition up to now. I don't know why, but it does happen. It does happen in real life. Memory transference. And I think science should explore this more. Kasi, well, I don't know if I'm inspired by the detective is already dead. Kasi, memory transference can actually solve crimes. That's the way I see it. Okay? Kasi, kung masasalin yung memories ng original owner ng organ na yun sa recipient, so the recipient now has memories of that person's lifetime. Kunyari, pinatay yung taong yun, he or she may probably have memories of her murderer, or whoever killed her, or even how she died. This is just a speculation of mine, because if the anime delves into that, we may know how Siesta died. Kung may pumatay sa kanya, we can now identify her killer through memory transference. Diba? That's something this anime should explore. So again, the detective is already dead. Episode 2. So, well, title of the next episode has been teasered. Hanggang lang. But I am curious as, well, sila na naman tong isang babaeng to na gusto yatang i-avail yung services ni Kimi. Ano ba to? Alright, but you gotta be happy for the guy, because he is now coming out. He's now coming out on his own as a detective. Talagang people are seeking his services out, and he doesn't even have to advertise. So we're gonna wait for that episode next week, and until then, mga ka-lifestyle, enjoy the other reviews in this digest. All right. Whoa! Oh yeah! This is what a mecha anime should look like. Alright? Yung look and feel talagang OG. Okay? OG mecha anime. Dinala na sila, si Takuma at si Baku. Okay? So, ang sumunod sa kanila, si Professor Jin mismo. Si Jin Hayato. Alright? Remember, Jin is one of the original pilots of Getter Robo. One of the original 3 yan. Of course, the other 2 were, of course, Takuma's father, si Ryoma. Then, si Go, yung mataba. Yung mataba na naka-construction helmet. Yun, original yun. Original pilot yun. So, we now know the backstory that, on how, what you call this? On, paano nawala si Ryoma at yung kapatid ni Bako na si Messiah Tahir. Si Tahir. Okay? Tahir was the one who replaced, I think, hindi ko pa siya kasi napanood ng Go eh. Replaced Go sa Getter Robo Go. Alright? Siya ang pumalit. Siya ang pumalit kay Go doon. So, sinalubong nila without even telling Jin. So, silang dalawa lang sumagupa sa Dinosaur Empire nun. That was in Getter Robo Go. Okay? That was Getter Robo Go. Yun ang kalaban nila, Dinosaur Empire. So, ayun. Okay? Kita-kita na lahat. At first, ayaw ni Takuma na sumali sa team. Pero, kinumbinsa naman siya ni Baku. Kasi ayaw na rin umalis ni Baku eh. Kumaga,
talagang naniniwala siya sa destiny. Well, he is a monk after all. Okay? Monks are strong believers in destiny. So, practically, Takuma took his word for it, and yeah, he eventually stayed. So, umpisa na ang training. Which led to one rather funny scene wherein tawag dito, kumaga binubuli sila ng mga iba pang getter pilots. Okay, the D5 tsaka D2 yan eh. So, ano na, ang sama pa ng tingin ni Takuma, oh. Baka, sinabi na ng isang getter pilot, baka gusto mong ayusin ka namin. Parang gano'n ang sinasabi. Ang response naman ni Takuma ay ganito. Well, I'll say it in Filipino. O sige, basta gaangan nyo lang pag ako. So nainis, yun. What you call this? The bar fight actually ensues when he headbutts that pilot. Hinedbutt mismo ni Takuma. Alright? Now, Takuma is quite the trash talker. Alright? Hindi tulad ng ama niyang si Ryoma. Medyo, tawag dito, Ryoma's a quiet guy. Pero, he can pack in a punch. He can pack in those punches. Okay? Pero itong anak niyang si Takuma, talaga trash talker. Trash talker talaga. Sinali ba niya si Kamui sa away? So, then, okay, final scene. The bar fight got broken up, ayun, when the alert sounded. Eto na ang kalaban. Right? So, ang unang sumugupa, ang unang sasagupa, mga D2 at D5. So, sila ang unang inutusang na humarap doon sa kalaban. Right? So, we now, the boss villain has been introduced. Si Queen Medusa. Alright? Who's practically running the show for these insects. Okay? Wow. Alright? That's where the episode ended. Vintage OG mecha anime. Right? It really takes me to those days of the days of the Mazin version, Mazinger Z, Great Mazinger, even Voltes 5 worked on this kind of format. Right? And they're so successful at it. Overall, it's a fucking good episode. Although, hindi sumabak uli ang Getter Arc sa labanan. But the way the training day went, matatawa ka rin eh. Right? Pace. What? It was the pacing was excellent. And it was moderately fast all throughout the episode kasi minamadali kasi nilang training ng tatlo eh. For arc. Right? Andiyan na sila on how to effectively use the 3 getter machines to form those three separate robots. And andun na sila sa stage na yun eh. Okay, that was exciting to watch actually. That was very exciting to watch for me. Okay? So, yeah, the pacing was excellent. Okay? Although siguro to you sa mga bagong to the newer anime fans, baka mabilisan kayo. Pero for seasoned anime fans like me, nope. That is the pacing. That is the quintessential pacing for a mecha anime. At least for an OG mecha anime franchise. Yan, katulad ng Getter Robo. Right? Ini-expect ko lang ganyan pace. Basta mga OG mecha animes, ganyan talaga ang pace niyan. It's fun to watch, right? And it really takes me back. Flow naman. Okay. First gear shift was when, Kamui and Takuma had that tussle inside the armored van. Yun, okay? So, sinabi ba, nagkasubukan talaga ng lakas sa dalawang to. Okay, talagang bugbugan.
Talagang one-on-one sila. Hindi yata nakikialam si Bako. Hindi nakikialam si Bako. So, talagang sinabi pa ni Kamui na, patayin na kaya kita ngayon. Sabi naman ni Takuma, as in, gago ka ba? Immortal ako. So, sabi niya, so you wouldn't mind if I kill you? Grabe! Alright? Nagkaganito rin minsan sila, during the first Getter Robo series, okay? Nagsuntukan na rin, ilang beses na rin nasuntukan sila Ryoma at si Jin noong araw. Alright? Minsan sumasali pa si Gonon. Okay? That was how wild the original Getter Robo series was. Okay? That was how wild it is. Nandun yung element na, well, the wildest element, it was courtesy of Gonaga himself. Okay? So, grabe ang gear shift na yun. You wouldn't tell kung maaawa ko o matutuwa ka pa eh. Second gear shift is, well, when training day happened. Okay? Nag-umpisa na ang first training day nila. So, ang angas talaga eh. Alright? Talagang inilabas ni Takuma yung pagkapasaway niya rito. Talagang nilabas si Takuma ang kanyang pagkapasaway. Alright? So, it was fun to watch. Okay? It was really fun to watch. To think that Ryoma has a son like this. Alam ko na, well, to all Getter Robo fans, you all know how Ryoma Nagare's demeanor was. Okay? He was quite a gentleman. Ang pasaway pa nga nun si Jin eh. So, yan, talagang minsan nagsusuntukan yung dalawang yun nung araw. So, I could not imagine on how Ryoma bore a son like this. Talagang pasaway talaga to. Right? Pasaway na, trash talker pa. But, yeah, he has the fighting skill to back that up. That's what's dangerous about Takuma. Okay? He knows how to fight. Okay? He knows how to start and end a fight. Right? Pero itong training day, itong gear shift na talaga pinakita yung pagkapasaway niya. Parati siya nagmamarunong. Alright? But, wag nyo. Not only, he's not just a brute. He also has this. Okay? He also has this. Sometimes he can be a thinking fighter. Now, final gear shift is when yun nga, what I call the free for all is more appropriate. Kasi kung bar fight hindi naman nangyari sa bar to eh. Sa loading bay ng mga Getter Arc nangyari to eh. Alright? So, that was a gear shift to me. Kasi, while the command center was watching, may sinabi si Jin nun that, okay, it goes something like this. Let them fight. Because every Getter team in history has gone through this. So, talagang, somebody wants to break up this fight. Sabi ni Jin, nope. Huwag niyong gawin yan. Hayaan niyo sila. Hayaan niyo sila. Alright? Hayaan mo sila. Parang ganun eh. Just goes to show you how much of a Getter pilot Jin was. Right? I guess he was reminiscing those days he had with Ryoma, Go, and Tahir. Right? The old days. Okay? Kasi nga mga OG sila eh. He's an OG Getter pilot. Now, he commands the Gettery Research Institute. Okay? Siya na ang commander ngayon. Scientist pa siya. Gulat ko eh. Scientist si Jin? Yung pasaway na yan, scientist na? Tangin na yan. So, he understood. He understood the mechanics of being a Getter pilot. Kaya niya, hinayaang mag-away-away mga yan, mag-free for all. Kaya ito namang si Takuma, isinali pa si Kamui sa free for all. Ay, sinabi niya, saan ka pupunta? Halika nga rito. Halika, sumali nga rito. It was crazy, okay? It's the craziest scene in this episode, alright? It's the craziest scene in this episode. Grabe. Now, these 3 gear shifts, yeah, definitely will play a role in future episodes. Kasi, I don't know, kasi it also has a positive psychological effect. Yung mga away-away nilang to, yung sapakan nila Takuma at Kamui sa armored van, and of course the free-for-all scene. Parang kumbaga, well, according to Jin's mindset, it will bring them closer together as a team. Alright? The way, well, like they did, the OGs. Okay? Like the original pilots. So, yun ang reasoning niya. With that in mind, these 3 gear shifts will play a role in future episodes. Yeah. I am expecting another free for all or another fight between Kamui and Takuma, all right? Kasi Kamui is the straight arrow, si Takuma naman ang pasaway. All right? Yeah, talaga magkakasagupa ang dalawang to. Magkakasagupa talaga dalawang to. Polar opposites eh. Right? Talaga magkaaway ang dalawang to. So, plot naman, malinis. Right? As expected of an OG anime franchise like Geta Robo. Right? Because, well, knowing Gonagai's style of storytelling, he wants to get straight to the point eh. Okay? Based on what I've seen in, of course, Geta Robo, Mazinger Z, Jig, Devilman. Okay? Hindi siya nagkukuskus balungos sa plot, right? If he wants the audience to focus on the episode story, yeah, he will do that. No side stories. He will inject a backstory only if necessary. If it's really necessary for the episode, just like what he did in dito sa episode 2. Kasi nag-flashback si Jin 19 years ago to what happened in, I think that was during the final episode of Geta Robo Go. Ganun yata nangyari dun eh. That recollection scene was important. Okay, that backstory scene. It was important kasi I think Jin will have many flashbacks like these, okay, during the course of this anime. All right, he will have many flashback scenes like this. Kasi in order for him to deal with the situation, he has to go back. Yeah, but experience is the best teacher, as they say. So ganun lang yan. All right, so knowing Gonagai's style, malinis ang plot na to. Talagang you're going to focus on these 3 arc pilots. Talagang nandun na talagang attention ko kanina. Right? On how they're going to complement each other, on how they're going to fight as a team. Kasi Getter Arc is Professor Sautome's final creation. So, you better not screw this one up. Alright? They better not screw this one up. Okay? Ito na siguro, kumbaga, ito yung pinaka-Mazin Kaiser ng Getter Robo. Okay? Ito yung pinaka-Mazin Kaiser niya. So, yeah. Pace, flow, and plot came together for this episode. Talagang, it really brought me back to my early days as an anime fan. Right? Talagang puro mecha anime na talaga pinapanood ko noon when I was between 5 to probably 10 years old. Right? Puro mecha lang ang pinapanood ko noon. Puro mecha lang talaga ako noon. So, Get the Robo Arc episode 2. 2 thumbs up. You know, right now I'm so looking forward to the next episode. Kasi pinakilala na yung boss villain. Ay si Queen Medusa. I forgot the ano eh. Basta mga insekto sila. Alright? Basta mga insekto. Give me time to remember all these names, alright? Kasi we're just 2 episodes in and I've barely recollected some facts about the Getter Robo franchise, okay? Kasi ang talagang napanood ko lang was the original Getter Robo series, yung Shin Getter Robo. Yan ang talaga napanood ko. Pinapalabas sa Channel 13 nung araw yun. Alright? I think it was anong araw nga ba yun? I think Friday or Saturday. Yan. Friday or Saturday afternoon ang airing niya nung araw sa Channel 13. Right here in the Philippines. Okay. Pero ano na yun? Around 1980. Yan. 1980 pinalabas yun. Pero, I think, Shin Getter Robo's first airing was 1976 yata or 77. Parang gano'n. Pero, you all know how entertainment is how anime is in the Philippines back then. Super late. So, we got to experience Getter Robo about 3 or 4 years later. So, basta 1980 ko napanood ito. Yung original Getter Robo. Right? Kaya talagang, ang gulat ko eh. Itong anak ni Ryoma, napakapasaway. Alright? Hindi naman pasaway nung araw si Ryoma. Ang pasaway nung araw, si Jin. Right? Yan ang pasaway nung araw, si Jin. Yan ang arrogante nung araw. Pero, well, over the years, he has mellowed down kasi may edad na, tanda na, and he's got responsibilities now. Okay? He's got responsibilities. So, wow. I'm so looking forward to the next episode. So again, Get the Robo Arc Episode 2. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle. Remember that.
So, title of the next episode has been teasered. What to do? Well, binitin tayo eh. So, abangan natin next week and watch the next episode. Kaya, while we're waiting for that, enjoy the other reviews, mga ka-lifestyle. Alright? Enjoy the other reviews.
Wow. Alright. Alice is at her usual antics again, alright? This woman is, wow, she took the term flasher to a whole new level, alright? Talagang, wow. Another hilarious episode, okay, basically. So, well, the Duke was doing his usual daily undertakings, writing letters, writing songs. Yep, the guy knows how to write songs, and he is a damn good piano player, right? It's wow. Okay, ang sarap pakinggan yung pagtutugtog niya ng piano. Sarap pakinggan, ang sarap sa tenga. Okay, sarap sa tenga. So one day, we just found out in this episode that he has a younger sister. Her name is Viola, right? Kikay na kikay, right? Kikay na kikay. So, well, she came to visit her kuya, her older brother, and well, basically to trash talk him, right? It's the usual thing younger siblings do. Trash talk the older sibling. Okay? Trash talk the elder sibling. I get that from my own sister too. Okay, so I know the feeling. I know the feeling. So, well, nakita rin ni Viola that, well, her brother is actually in love with Alice. Talagang type na si Alice. So, she even recommended her Viola method in attracting the opposite sex. Pero the Duke doesn't buy it, right? So, well, eventually, yan, na-disprove yung Viola method nung nalaman pala ng kuya that Viola is attracted to Rob. Okay, the Duke's really old butler. Okay, the butler who has been serving his family since his grandfather's time. Gano'n nakatagal. Alright. So, yeah. His butler's back in action. He's back to work. And, yeah, meron siyang talagang meron siya talagang mga kulang na sa katawan. Like, he has already problems with his eyes, his hearing. Yep, the usual senior problems. Okay, the usual problems of a senior. So, and they even adopted a cat and its family. Kasi naawa ang Duke dito dahil mukhang inabando na ng dating amo, right? So him and the cat have the same case. They're both abandoned. Kaya talagang relate ang Duke dito sa pusang to. So yeah, he eventually decided to adopt the cat, but hanggang feeding lang muna, hindi siya pwede pumasok sa bahay. Of course, it's a living thing. So when if the Duke accidentally touches that cat, it will die. Okay. Final scene. Medyo killing moment. It's actually a post-credit scene. Alice finally, tells the Duke her feelings. Yeah. Medyo killing moment talaga. And hindi in-expect ng Duke yon. So, sinabi lang niya, I'll have my dinner now. How can you be so fucking tense at that moment? Come on, Duke. Grabe ka. Overall, it's a fucking good episode, alright? For a lot of reasons. But we're going to break it down ARD style first, alright? Pace. Of course, the usual slowness. Pero it's a proper mix of fast and slow. Nagiging fast because of the funny moments. Alright? Talagang magigising ka sa funny moments. Alright? But I'm not what you call this? That's figuratively, alright? I did not sleep the whole time during this episode. Okay, let's be clear on that. So yeah, maganda ang pacing, and every time there's a funny moment, yeah, the pace picks up. Natural lang yun. Okay, natural lang yun. So yeah, you can say that this episode was properly paced. Right? Wow, I couldn't resist laughing every time Alice flashes in front of the Duke. Especially when the cat sort of ripped the upper part of her clothing. Biglang hinabol nila yung pusa, and sinabi pa niya sa Duke, Your Grace, ito, talaga pinakita pa niya yung boobs niya. Grabe. It's a blast. It's a blast watching this episode. Alright, it's a blast watching this episode because of those scenes. Now, let's now get to the flow so that we can break down those scenes. Okay, first gear shift is when Viola decided to visit her brother one day. Okay? So, alam nyo, well, the Duke really needs the support of his family whenever he can. But wala na siya makakasahang moral support sa nanay niya kasi nanay niya mismo ang nagtaboy sa kanya dun sa bahay na yun. Okay, so I think he's not expecting any moral support from her mother. Okay, pero hindi niya in-expect yung moral support na binigay sa kanya this episode ng kanyang bunsong kapatid. Alright, nakakatawa naman, right? Kahit na kikay and she's quite a trash talker, right? For a noble, for a female noble, yeah, she's quite a trash talker. Okay? The way she trash talks her older brother. Okay, so second gear shift is when the first time the Duke saw that cat. Akala niya pusang ligaw pero they found out moments later that it's been abandoned kasi may nakita si Rob dito na note nakalagay, please forgive me. So biglang naawa ang Duke. So yun nga sinabi niya kinakausap niya yung pusa eh. So you've been abandoned just like me. So yan, they started feeding the cat and yung pala may family na pala ito kasi may biglang dumating na puting pusa at saka dalawang kuting. So the Duke is assuming that this is the cat's family. So the one who strayed into the house was a male looking for probably food and shelter for its family. Okay, so problem solved. Yun, pinapakain naman nila pero I don't think he's going to let that cat in the house. Kasi nga naman, right? There's that danger of him touching it. Okay, so you gotta understand the Duke. Final gear shift is when the Duke invited Alice to dance with him. Yeah. Pakipot pa nga si Alice eh. If you don't ask me properly, I will decline. Okay? So, the Duke asked her properly. Yun, pumayag naman. I think she's teaching, she's still reminding the Duke that he's a noble. He should still follow the social protocols. Right? Talaga, pinaremind sa kanya ni Alice dito that, despite him being all alone in this forest, cursed, he's still the Duke. Okay? He is still what you call this? He is still a noble. He should still follow these social protocols. Yung etiquette. Yeah. All right. I've now recalled that word, the social etiquette. Yeah. So medyo kilig moment kasi if it weren't for that gear shift, hindi siguro aamin ang kanyang feelings si Alice, so, which absolutely caught the Duke off guard later on in that scene. It's the final scene. So yeah, these three gear shifts will probably play a role in future episodes, especially the final scene. Yeah. Okay. So essentially, the ball is in the Duke's court now. Umamin yung babae. So Duke, what are you gonna do now, boy? What are you gonna do now? Magpapakatorpe ka pa ba? You better do something, kid, or you're gonna lose this fine lady. Plot wise, well, malinis, right? This anime might not be into corny or even boring side stories, or I think it's not into sleeper moments as well. So, malinis ang plot. Talagang na-focus siya sa tatlong sa tatlong events na yon, but made it look like one seamless plot. Right? But if you take a closer look, those are 3 different plots already. Pero suabe lang, right? Smooth ang transition from one plot to another. So the overall plot was seamless. Okay. Galing. So another great episode from this anime. Although it's just the second one. Although it's just episode 2. Pero listen. Yeah. I think this was just as funny as the pilot. Alright. Talagang all those sexual advances Alice makes, talagang matatawa ka eh. But you would absolutely get a laugh out of it. Okay. So, The Duke of Death and his Maid, episode 2. You know, talagang natawa ako dun sa yung scene na hinahabol nila yung pusa. Yung pala, nakalmot pala si Alice dito. Nakalmot yun yung damit ni Alice, yung dito. Right, so, talagang may rip, talagang may punit. Alright. And while the Duke was running away from this cat, umahabol naman si Alice, pinapakita naman niyang ganun. It was an absolutely funny scene. Oh my God. Grabe. In terms of so far, okay, comedy and romance, yep. JC Staff is over-delivering on those aspects when it comes to this anime. JC Staff is over-delivering, and well, all the more enjoyment for us fans watching this one. All right. I don't know why. No, it's too early. It's too early to tell naman if people are now talking about this, kasi it's only two episodes pa lang eh. So I'll be expecting, this as early as now. I can now say that this anime deserves the hype. Okay, it went under the radar before it started airing. It was under the radar. You couldn't hear anything about it from other anime fans. Okay, you couldn't hear about it. Pero I could say right now that it deserves the hype. Talagang, if you're into comedy or romance, or both, whether it be anime or not, you're gonna enjoy watching this one. You're gonna enjoy watching this one. So again, The Duke of Death and his Maid, episode 2. So, title of the next episode has been teasered. Hanggang doon lang. Alright. So, what's this thing about a meteor shower? You know what? A meteor shower is one of the most romantic things you could ever see with someone very special to you. Yeah, trust me. So, let's just wait for that episode next week so that we can watch it and possibly deep dive into it. Okay? Until then, enjoy the other reviews, mga ka-lifestyle.